Okay, first of all, we know what this month is. And some people don't really know the reason why it's actually in the month of February. But I'm about to let you know.
Let us know.
Okay, the first, did you know Dr. Carter G Woodson is the reason we celebrate this month? Historians sometimes refer to him as the father of African American history. He earned his bachelor's degree at the University of Chicago and following some postgraduate work in Asia and Europe, earned his doctorate at Harvard. He dedicated himself to the study of black history. He published the Journal of Negro History and the Negro History Bulletin and several books including The Miseducation of the Negro. In the early 20th century, there were almost no mentions of the contributions of African Americans in U.S. history textbooks. That is what inspired historian and educator Dr. Carter G. Woodson to start Negro History Week. In 1926, Woodson chose the month of February for this focus because it was the birth month of two leaders who fought to end slavery, Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. In 1976, President Gerald Ford officially recognized the expanded observance as Black History Month, calling upon Americans to seize the opportunity to honor two often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. And we know that sometimes, I know several people don't really know a lot of things that the African Americans or the Negro have contributed to this country period, because it's been washed away. You know, they don't want to tell about it. They don't want to, teach it in the schools anymore. They're already trying to take it out of the schools. But it's up to us. It's up to us as African Americans to continue to teach those about what we've contributed. Because as we know, we are the ones that the shoulders that people are standing on as far as this country has been built on. So we want to continue to encourage our young people, continue to encourage those that don't even know about us, even those that are not of our color. Some people some people don't even know certain things about our history until it's actually been said to them. So it's up to us as African Americans to learn, to teach our young people, to teach those that are unfamiliar with what our contributions. And some people get offended when we say the first black, the first black, the first black. Well, sometimes we are left out of a whole lot of stuff. So it's an accomplishment when we can say the first black did this, the first black. So continue to uplift each other, continue to be strong, continue to know that God has brought us a long way, and he's going to continue to strengthen and continue to lead us in different areas of life. He's going to continue to open up doors for us. We have a history that no other can fathom, the things that have gone on in order for us to be where we are today. Our second person, I'm not sure too many people know, is Ruby Bridges. And she's still alive today, and she's 67 years old. So this didn't happen that long ago, and so many people fail to realize that even though we are, evolving to different aspects of, different things that happened back, but it's still happening today. And some people, they think, oh, well, that stuff happened so long ago. It didn't happen that long ago. I have people that are in my family that are still alive that, endure some of those things. So as I say, African Americans, as a part of our history, continue to share that history. This young black girl, it was 3 of them actually that actually went to different schools that was segregated, and the people at the school didn't even want them there. They pulled their kids out of the school. She was the only one in her class that only one teacher volunteered to actually teach her, and her name was Barbara Henry. She was the only teacher that volunteered to actually teach her. She was the only one in her class for almost a year, pretty much a whole school year before anybody else decided they wanted to bring their kids to the school. And even her, they had the marshals to walk her to school every day because they, grown people threatening a child. You know, she had to bring her own lunch because one of the people were saying that they were going to poison her. So it was different things that she endured just so she can get an education. So I always tell my kids, get an education, no matter what, because it's so many things that black people as a whole has gone through just to get an education, just to read. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. You know, so many people have sacrificed for us to be where we are today, to be able to attend colleges, to be able to attend universities and gain doctorate degrees and all of that. So don't throw away what so many people have fought for us to do. Our third, I'm not sure too many people knew about Althea Gibson. She grew up in Harlem, at one time in a shelter for abused children. She excelled at tennis, but because of race, was effectively banned from the U.S. National Championship until backlash changed that. Gibson was the first black athlete to win a Grand Slam tournament and was the first ranked woman in the world. She was the first black woman on the covers of Sports Illustrated and Time, and the first black Wimbledon champion, receiving trophies personally from Queen Elizabeth II. There are so many times that people tend to not give us the opportunity, and we still succeed. You know, so many people, they'll try to hold us back, but don't stop. Don't take no for an answer. Don't give up. You know, because so many people have fought to be where we are, and if those people can continue, and they succeed, we can do it too. We have struggles here, but I say that if they can endure all that they endured, we have so many resources now. We have so much that can help us get ahead, and some people take advantage of that, and they just let it. You know, they don't take heed and endure or try to gain that knowledge. It's up to us. Continue to encourage the young people. Those that are it starts when they're little. Continue to encourage them. Give them affirmations every day. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're educated. Continue to give those affirmations to them daily, because there's so many people out there that don't want us to succeed. And it's up to us. It's up to us to continue to encourage our black kids, to continue to encourage our black men, continue to encourage our black women, because so many times when the obstacles are against us, or if it's all a male dominant, you know, organization, they tend to shoo away the women. Women are mighty and powerful as well, and God has put that in us. So continue to encourage the young people, young, small, you know, whatever, boy or girl. You know, continue to encourage them that they can be whatever they want to be, and they can do any and all things through Christ. And this last one, I know some young people may not know this, but I'm sure that they have, as they were growing up, and even some now, they have used this. Lonnie Johnson invented the Super Soaker in 1990, and by 1991, it had sold over 200 million in sales. After the company was acquired by Hasbro in 1995, he designed the modern-day Nerf gun. In 2013, he learned he was being severely underpaid in royalties and successfully sued Hasbro, thus awarding him $73 million for his work. His current net worth is $400 million, and by 2015, Super Soaker sales exceeded $1 billion. We know and I'm sure all of us. I know I have. I done had some super soakers and some Nerf guns, and I never knew that it was a black man that did that. So until we have to constantly research, and before long, it won't be in any of the books now because they're already trying to take it away from us. So it's up to us. Research, get the knowledge, know about what our history has done. It's a lot of stuff that we never knew that our black people invented and have patents on, and that the other people then took credit for, and you know, and we don't even get the royalties from it. So we just want to thank God for those that have paved the way, and we're going to continue to encourage those and to continue to educate those on our history. And I'm going to read a little something right quick. Okay. I'm going to read a little something right quick, and I want us to also remember those that didn't make it, those that went through so much, and this little reading right here will kind of give us a little vivid picture, especially in the light of politicians attempting to stop our history from being taught, and literally making it illegal to teach things and have discussions about it. So I know a lot of people, get upset during Black History Month about the reading, of the tales of horror that Black people have endured, and would rather talk about Dr. King or Mae Jemison and all of the other success stories and achievements that Black people have made. But understand this. Our history isn't just about the people who reached the mountaintop. Okay. Our history didn't start at the top of the mountain. Our history is about how we rose from the lowest valleys imaginable, about the people who were forced into those valleys and kept there for hundreds of years. The tales of rape, mutilation, torture, and slavery is also a part of Black history. And the fact that you might not know those stories means that our history was never taught to you. The fact that you can't even fathom or believe that these stories took place means that the history that you were taught was intentionally scrubbed and sanitized in order to not tell you what was done to an entire race of people, in order to build a country that only certain people were allowed to enjoy. This history is real, and it'll be real whether you like what you read or not. Black history is American history. It's the story of how America was built. The horrors of Black history and the people that those horrors happen to are the shoulders that everyone in this country stands on when they talk about enjoying their freedom. So we're going to continue to tell our stories. They're not going to just be about Dr. King's speeches or the joy of electing the first Black president, and you're not going to like some of them. If some of these stories and images disturb you, good. They disturb us too, but they need to be told, and they will be told. And when February is over, we're going to keep telling those stories. If you're proud to be an American, then you should embrace your history, all of it. I also wanted to, I kind of had some things that I was writing, and I wanted to just go over a little bit of, the Black history. I posted a little bit of it on Facebook. Not sure how many people saw it, but Black history, that someone pretty much survived being chained to other human bodies for several months in the bottom of disease-infested ships. During Middle Passage, lost their language, custom, and traditions, picked up the English language as best as they could while working free of charge from sun up to sundown as they watched babies sold from out of their arms and women raped by ruthless slave owners. Took names with no last names, no birth certificates, no heritage of any kind, braved the Underground Railroad, survived the Civil War to enter into sharecropping, learned to read and write out of sheer will and determination, faced the burning crosses of the KKK, averted their eyes at the black bodies swinging from ropes hung on trees, fought in world wars as soldiers only to return to America as boys, marched in Birmingham, hosed in Selma, jailed in Wilmington, assassinated in Memphis, segregated in the South, ghettoed in the North, ignored in history books, stereotyped in Hollywood. And in spite of it all, someone in your family line endured every era to make sure you would get here. But you received one rejection, face one obstacle, lose one friend, get overlooked, and you want to quit. How dare you entertain the very thought of quitting? People you will never know survived from generations to generations so you could succeed. Don't you dare let them down. That was just a few things that I wanted us to just put in our minds to think about of our ancestors, how much they endured for us to be where we are today, to be able to, have the luxuries and have the things that we have, the jobs that we have, the businesses that we own. And I just want to thank God for how far he's brought us, and that's what we should do. We should constantly give God thanks for how far he's brought us. Don't forget where we've come from, because that'll help us get where we're trying to go. So I just wanted to acknowledge a few business owners today, from one black business owner to another black business owner. I just want to encourage you to keep pushing, to keep going, and to know that you are first. Gospel Artist Entertainment. Creative and Bright Ideas.
Beautiful. Black-owned business. All right.
JJ's Texas Barbecue.
JJ's Barbecue. Black-owned. Black-owned business.
I'm the Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes of the group.
I'm not sure what Raymond's business is called, so I just said Andrew Lawn and Care.
All right. Andrew, honey. Come on, sir. Yes, sir. Got a good ring to it. Come on. Andrew, make your yard right. Yes, sir.
Bella Beats Cosmetics.
All right.
And I'm not sure what Pastor's electrician company is called.
McCullough's Electric Service. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Wow. Man. Come on, Gil, sister.